What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. How y'all doing out there on this Monday evening? I hope y'all doing pretty good. Uh, well, for those of y'all that has been with me for a while, I've been saying, apparently it's going to be a very deadly and bloody summer for Europeans by the hand of an animal. There's been a lot of animal attack. There's been a lot of animals just killing a lot of them mysteriously, out of nowhere. So I got a double header here today. We're going to get into this little short one right here, the little short story. But it centers around a Florida man, 75, killed by dangerous cassowary bird he raised. So some man decided he wanted to take, the responsibility to raise something that looked like this. Some prehistoric dinosaur looking bird. Look at this up here. I wouldn't have no parts in it. A Florida man was fatally injured Friday by a cassowary, an emu-like animal once dubbed the world's most dangerous bird. Marvin Hiles, 75, was severely injured by the bird, which he owned, and later died at a local hospital. Alachua County Sheriff spokesman Lieutenant Brett Rodigener told People. Rodigener said that a medical examiner's report has not yet been completed and that Hiles' bird remains on private property as of Saturday. Alachua County Fire and Rescue Deputy Chief Jeff Taylor told People that there were two cassowaries on site and that Hiles had raised one of them. No, he had raised, both of them. Now, myself, this is a very ugly bird. It looks, like I said, prehistoric, and I don't see why anybody would want to try to get something like this and make a pet out of it, Like these colors, though, the light blue and the royal blue and then the black feathers, Very exotic looking bird, but again, you couldn't pay me to mess with, try to raise them like that. It appears that the gentleman who was killed raised both birds and was injured after falling in a path near the cassowary enclosure, Taylor said. It's unclear whether one or both birds took part in the attack. The incident is being investigated by Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission and our local sheriff's department. Our crews worked very hard to give the victim the best chance possibly at survival. Tragically, he did not survive. He was doing what he loved. A woman who said she was Hiles' fiance told the Gainesville Sun. They say that about all of them. He was doing what, stop doing what you love then. It's not good. If that's the case. They said the same thing about that. I was watching this one. It was a King Kong movie. I think that was back 2000 something. Anyway, King Kong got him or something like that. And such and such did what he loved. He was doing he died doing what he loved and all that old mess. Like that's going to make it any better. Cassowaries are large flightless birds known for a horn-like bump on the top of their head, distinctive bright blue necks, and jet black feathers. They are native to New Guinea and Australia. The birds have a 4-inch dagger-like claw on their inner toes that can easily slice a predator with one kick, according to San Diego Zoo. Despite their large size, females can weigh up to 167 pounds and the males 121 pounds. Cassowaries can jump nearly 7 feet in the air and run up to 31 miles per hour and are excellent swimmers according to the zoo. Now, as far as the weight, like here go, it's similar to that of like hyenas. because the female hyena is always bigger than the male, hyena, So evidently the females are probably more the dominant one between those two, Okay. A 2016 article from the Smithsonian describes them as the world's most dangerous bird. On each three-toed foot, one nail is longer than the rest. The article explains of the cassowary's claws. At 5 inches, it's probably the closest thing you'll find in nature to a railway spike. It isn't particularly sharp, but it is deadly. Cassowaries are listed as a Class 2 species under the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission captive wildlife regulations and require a permit to own. It's foolish to buy a permit, to own a bird like that. Class 2 wildlife can also pose a danger to people and require owners to have substantial experience and specific cage requirements. Other animals in the same class include alligators, clouded leopards, giraffes, wolves, coyotes, and jackals. All deadly animals, okay? So, I don't know how many of my listeners would mess around with something like this. I don't think a lot of y'all would. I know I wouldn't, but yeah, these birds are deadly right here. Now, like I said, I have a double hitter right here. Now, this next story right here is about a man that got the shit slapped out of him by a bear in his backyard. Let's get into this one. Okay. Voila, there he is. And you can see he don't look so happy and everything. I guess being slapped by a bear, you wouldn't be that happy. Let me quit. But yeah, it says here, Florida man survives bear attack in his backyard. It was the hardest punch I've ever taken. Damn. Okay. Andy Munier was letting out his dog when a bear slashed him in the face just feet away from his door. God, gee whiz. Now look. Okay. A Florida man was attacked by a bear just feet from the doorway of his home as he was preparing to take his dog outside. Florida has got to be a very, very dangerous place. Now this was in his backyard. Check that out. Now I'm always hearing about large, like monstrous sized alligators, crocodiles or whatever, all up in folks, front and backyard, might be out there by the garbage cans, underneath the car, all kinds of stuff, But now, y'all got bears running around there. That's not cool. Not at all. Okay? It was just an hour before midnight on January 9th when Andy Munier walked to his back door to let out his dog, Howie. Howie for his usual bathroom break. As always, Howie barked and made a bit of a commotion, so Munier quickly got him on a leash and opened the door. Yet Munier was only able to take 1 or 2 steps out of his door when he heard his dog growl and run back into the house. Okay, let me go on. Curious at what made him growl, Munier turned and found himself facing the fright of his life. 3 bears just feet away were standing in a line looking straight at him. Damn! Oh man. Now, let's get at Munier dumbass for a minute. Just for a minute, okay? Now that dog had sense enough to run his little punk ass back in the house, which was cool, But just like Munier and the rest of them doing movies, what always happens? They got to go investigate. What happened to them in them damn monster movies? They get their ass towed up. And that's what happened to Munier right here. Take the lead of the damn dog. Run in the house with him. Shit. Don't go investigating. That was dumb. Man, that was stupid. Damn, look at that. Look at that. That bear slapped the shit out of him. Yeah, you should have did like your dog. Y'all lack common sense. I'm serious. Yeah, y'all do the same shit in the movies. You can hear some shit outside the damn window. And all of that kind of shit. And you're like, what was that? Honey, did you hear that? Yes, dear, I heard it. I'm frightened, honey. Could you go and look? Oh, hey, don't worry. We're going to get this thing under control. And then go straight out there looking around and get your ass to her. And she don't run outside behind your ass. And, well, can you blame her? You know what I mean? Back to this story. In some ways, it happened so fast, I can barely remember. And in other ways, it's almost like it was all slow motion. Munir 41 of Naples, Florida, tells People, I realized I had no chance of fighting these things off. I tried to get back to the door, and as I was turning, one just caught me with his left front paw. It was like the hardest punch I've ever taken. He slapped the shit out of you. So y'all better start going outside with a 12 gauge or something. Damn. 3 of them. Yeah, they gonna get y'all this. Some of y'all in for it, man. The force of the blow, Munir knocked Munir back into the door. And he quickly squeezed inside and slammed the door behind him. Inside, as he composed himself, Munir soon realized how much damage the hit caused. Got stole on, man. It basically felt like I was standing in the shower and water was running down my face. I knew it was blood. I just knew it. He recalls, I was hoping it was just a gash on my forehead, since head injuries tend to bleed a lot. I ran into the bedroom and looked at it, and I was like, nope, I'm going to need medical attention. I can't patch up at home. Yeah. Munir ripped open his shirt and placed it over his bleeding face. As blood soaked into the fabric, he tore open another shirt and rebandaged the wound. He then woke up his 7-year-old daughter, who was asleep in bed, to tell her he needed to go to the hospital. I told her I was going to be all right and that I was going to live, but I needed to call 911, Munir said. She started crying, but when she saw that I wasn't, she got it under control. But when she saw that I wasn't, she got it under control. Well, that's what it says. Okay, now here go Howie, little punk ass. But he was smart. You know, he was smart. Howie seen them damn things, said, shit, I'm going back in the house. You see what I mean? Because, you know, they would have ripped his little ass in two as well. Probably would have ate him, anything. But you got to wonder, what would possess 3 bears to be hiding in somebody's backyard? That shit ain't cool. So, you know, y'all keep that, you know, that old kind of mess, you know, shit somewhere where y'all live at. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to deal with no mess like that, you know? All right? Damn, I seen this werewolf movie. What was the name of that movie? It was, the movie was called, Dog Soldiers. That was the name of it, yeah. Dog Soldiers. And it was basically about these werewolves. And a werewolf slapped the shit out of one of those dudes the same way. You know what I mean? Slapped the shit out of him. Just like that. Munir was rushed to a local hospital where he received 41 stitches to close up his 8-inch long gash as he was interviewed by officials from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. Munir remained at the hospital until about 4 in the morning when he returned to his apartment complex and to a startling sight. What was that? Let's see. When I got back, the bears were across the street from me. But now there were 4 of them, he recalls. I was scared to death to get out of the car. I bet. I waited until they walked far far away, and then I ran in. I just grabbed my stuff and got back into the car and hightailed it out of there. He spent the next 2 nights at his ex-wife's house, Munir says. Okay, here he is right there. There's probably a picture before the incident right here. You know, Munir seemed like he was a little smaller, than what he was up here when the bear slapped the shit out of him. He looked a little heavier, so. Yeah. You look at that. Munir says he has seen bears in the area before, but the animals usually remain at a distance from his home. He says officials believe the initial trio of bears were made up of 2 cubs and their mother, and when considering the placement of the gash on the almost 6-foot tall Munir's face, they say it's possible that the mother bear reached over her cubs to attack him. All right. But shit, she was in his backyard. Damn. For Munir, he says he is happy that he was able to walk away with nothing but a scar. It easily could have been worse. And that's a fact. If the bear would have knocked me out. Okay, let me see. If the bear would have knocked me out or something, I don't know that would have been what would have happened, he says. I'm alive, so that's all that matters. My daughter still has a dad to come home to. If I have a scar, I have a scar. So what? It's a good story. No, it is not a good story. Don't try to church that shit up. That bear slapped the shit out of you, slapped you back in your door. You see what I mean? And from the way you looking right here, nah. There ain't nothing good about you. Weren't feeling nothing good about this right here. You see what I'm saying? And besides, what the hell is animal control? Don't y'all got animal control? I'm telling you right now. If I seen some shit like that around where I live at, I'm getting on the first. I'm going to get my shit. You see what I mean? I'm going to get my shit. And then I'm going to go and call animal control. Let them deal with that kind of shit. You see? But like I said, y'all lack common sense. That little ass punk ass dog, Howie, you better get you a bigger dog too. That mug, he left your ass. But you should have did what he did. I'm tired. Look, if y'all like this story, please subscribe, and comment and share, and tell me what y'all think about this situation. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.